What in the absolute fuck was that race? God damn. I gotta agree with Justin Allgaier's sentiments. Yeah, they fucked this place up, bro. What in the hell? What's up, guys? It's Beyond. I'm back with another video, and it's time for my 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Series Atlanta race review. I did not get to watch the truck race because I was at work. Um, There were shenanigans in that race, but there were more shenanigans in this one. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe, try and post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Trying to get to 800 subscribers by WrestleMania. We're just past halfway through the month, so I'd really appreciate it. Go check out the YouTube short I posted earlier today. I'd appreciate that as well. And let's go ahead and let's get into this shit show, shall we? So Kyle Sieg and Joe Grab Jr. start at the back due to unproven adjustments. Lap two. Two. Joey Gase gets tagged by Cesar Baccarella on the front stretch. Baccarella's team believes that axle broke. Both guys are done for the day. Brandon Jones showed with early damage from a stack up on the start or whatever. And this would just set the tone for the entire rest of the race, for the most part. Caution comes out for Jeffrey Earnhardt, Kaz Gralla, and Garrett Smithley. Smithley and Gralla done for the day. Gralla and Earnhardt connect and wreck first. Smithley gets collected. That was a bit later. Austin Hill early on in the race said he might have a possible steering issue. That didn't seem to come back into play, but what have you. Now this caution was fucking long as hell. They ran a shit ton of caution laps because of cleanup, and apparently taking longer than it needed to. They didn't red flag it. Then we get a caution for Kyle Weatherman a couple laps after going green from the long second caution, saying that something broke. A bit of damage to Jeff Burton, more to Josh Williams. We get caution for debris before the field can pass one lap following the last caution. The reason being because Josh Williams had a piece of bare bond come off the front of his car, and that was the debris. Now, it's cold in Atlanta, and it seemed like that fucked with the bare bond that he had on, or they just didn't do a good enough job getting on the car. Who knows? But NASCAR decided to invoke a rule that rarely ever gets invoked. They told him to park it. They told him he was done for the race because he extended the caution. Well, there was like barely a lap between, but he essentially extended the caution because he littered on the track because he had debris come off the car. I don't necessarily like the rule. I mean, it is what it's NASCAR. It is what it is. Um, you can't really compare this to certain other ones. I know there's one from like Chase Elliott with his bumper hanging off from like what a year or two ago. The fact check that was on a road course, and that this rule apparently doesn't apply on road courses. So who the fuck knows? But Josh Williams decided to pull a a I don't even know what you describe this as other than just a legit boss move. He says, "All right, you're gonna park me? Fine. I'm gonna park my car at the bottom of the racetrack at the start finish line and walk my ass back to pit road." Are you? When have we ever seen this? Literally never. Never. Um, so he barely even got a chance to talk to the media. NASCAR would have him brought to the hauler, and he would actually stay. Apparently, he'd stay there for the rest of the race because of course race director and all that they have a race to call. So they told him he had to stay in the hauler the whole rest of the race. I hope that man got brought something to eat because like there's no way in hell I'm staying in there the whole freaking rest of the race. Mind you, this was all in stage one. There is no way I'm staying in there the rest of the race from stage two onwards without getting a fucking meal. Go fuck yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if NASCAR throws the fucking book at him, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that that's gonna happen because it's a dumb rule that rarely ever gets enforced. And it's not like it was a body bail. It was fucking bear bond. Which I mean, if it's on the racetrack, that's one thing. If it's off the racetrack, it's another thing. Like, I don't know. But Sheldon Creed takes the stage one win. Austin Hill second. Nemechek third. Chandler Smith fourth. Riley Herbst fifth. Brett Moffitt in sixth. Daniel Hemrick seventh. Cole Custer eighth. Ryan Sieg ninth. Justin Haley 10th. The chaos would continue. Patrick Emmerling and Chad Chastain wreck in turn four on the final lap of stage one. There you go. Sage Karam would actually be knocked out of the race due to a hole in his radiator. So he would drop out during the stage caution. And then we get a caution in stage two for Chad Chastain. Goes for a spin on the backstretch all by himself with a couple of flat tires. Barely a lap later, Parker Retzlaff gets into the wall with a blown right front tire, and he brings out the caution. And a few laps later, Connor Mozak and Daniel Hemrick bring out the caution. Mozak gets loose, spins, collects Hemrick. Mozak done. We don't get another caution until the end of stage two, where Justin Allgaier gets turned by Josh Berry, who moved down into the middle of the racetrack, and Allgaier just didn't see him. Jeremy Clements barely avoids getting into Allgaier. Allgaier's day is done, and the sentiments that I mentioned earlier from him would come in interviews afterward. Um, and he's not wrong. They have fucked Atlanta up, and this reconfiguration is ass, bro. It is legitimate ass, which partially makes me worried for Auto Club becoming a short track. I hope that racetrack does well, but if but you killed Texas years ago because you couldn't get the configuration right to begin with. Now you're essentially killing Atlanta because of this reconfiguration, and you might end up killing Auto Club too. That is bullshit. But I digress. Parker Kligerman takes the stage two in. Riley Herbst second, Creed third, Jones fourth, Sieg fifth, Ryan Sieg that is, because his brother Kyle was in the race too. Alfredo in sixth, Josh Berry seventh, Austin Hill eighth, Jeremy Clements ninth, and Cole Custer in 10th. Anthony Alfredo get a penalty for crew member over the wall too soon. Sammy Smith gets a penalty for equipment over the box, or out of the box rather. Mayer and Barry make some contact in the corner. Anthony Alfredo gets into the wall a little bit at one point. Creed would pit with a tire going down, and then we get a caution for Patrick Emmerling not long after. Chandler Smith, a little bit later on, would go to the pits and go to the garage with his engine failing him. Most of stage three was green flag racing, and then we get a caution with 8 laps to go for Parker Retzlaff. He gets loose above Joe Graf Jr., hits the wall, does not hit Joe, or at least it didn't look like he hit him. So that set up a 2-lap shootout, not overtime, normal. But Austin Hill takes the white flag. There's a run at the end, and he survives to win. Somehow does not get turned by Parker Kligerman, who got turned into him by Daniel Hemrick. A few other cars wrecked trying to avoid Kligerman or were collected in some way. Riley Herbst was one of them. There's a couple of other ones as well. Looks like everybody's okay. But Austin Hill, 3 wins in 5 races already this season. Goddamn. He is easily the early championship favorite, um, which is legitimately insane. And the way that Sheldon Creed's been running, he's due to get an Xfinity win here at some point soon. But the one thing I will give props to this race for is the fact of that you had Parker Kligerman had a fast over. He could hold it on the bottom all by himself, and that eventually drew people to join him on the bottom. Anthony Alfredo led in the BJ McLeod 78 car for a few laps. Um, and there were some guys who were up near the front who had never won before in Xfinity that had a chance to win at the very end. Kligerman being one of them. Hemrick could have gotten his first win since Phoenix 2 years ago when he won the championship over Cindric, but it was not meant to be. Um, with all of that being said, though, just I hope the Cup race is not this chaotic tomorrow. I really hope it isn't because holy shit. With that being said, though, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Check out the YouTube short I posted earlier tonight, or today rather, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.